Well, I can definitely tell you that in terms of having a good day yesterday, luck was most definitely on my side. I better throw in like one St. Patrick's Day related joke. And for those of you guys who are wondering why I'm still wearing the green tie even though St. Patrick's Day is clearly over, I feel that as long as places like McDonald's are still doing the Shamrock Shake and other places are doing March-related things that involve the color green, I think I can hold out until the month of April. I mean, honestly, better keep it going a little ways after than all the build-up commercially that a lot of places do where they put like their decorations months ahead of time. So that's why I'm still wearing my tie. So, believe it or not, I actually do have a low yesterday. And it's sort of trivial, but it still kind of made me feel bad. Because last night, we had corned beef and cabbages for dinner, which I will be doing a Mom Food Chronicle today on. As well as the Masked Singer thought. So, this should be a very good video. Anyway, I want to impress my folks really badly. So I get to their house, and first of all, my mom left a huge mess in the kitchen. Oh, actually, first of all, yesterday was garbage day, so I brought the garbage cans in first. Then I emptied the dishwasher and filled the dishwasher with all the dirty dishes, and then I cleaned up the kitchen, because before my mom went to see my nephews yesterday, she just left this huge mess. I don't want to get into it. And then I set the table for dinner, got everything else ready, and I had the perfect table spread you could probably have for St. Patrick's Day. And as an added bonus, I also made toast with Russian dressing because, hey, corned beef, cabbage, Reubens. So, thankfully, I took several photos of it, and you're going to be seeing that after I do this video. But we need to wait a little bit first. So that was my low. But my high, and here's my low. Because we had to wait for my mom to get back, because she calls at 5:20, saying she's on her way home. She doesn't get home until almost 6. It was 45 minutes or so. So I had to remove everything off of the table and put it back in the crock pot on top of the stove just to keep everything warm. I had the perfect thing going and I had to put it away. I mean, yeah, I have photos of it and you guys are going to see, but it just makes me feel bad, you know? It looks so good. Oh, man. Oh, well. So, my high, where I even begin, you know? It was St. Patrick's Day yesterday. You know, I got to see my folks. We had corned beef and cabbages. The Masked Singer was on. I don't even know where to begin with any of this. Well, we'll probably do the Masked Singer first. And I already just told you my act of kindness, which was put the garbage cans in, clean up the kitchen, got dinner ready, the whole 9 yards. So, needless to say, I was on my A game. So anyway, good morning. Happy Thursday, everyone. So, the Masked Singer. Last week we had Group A, and this week we had Group B. And this week we had, in Group B was the Black Swan, the Grandpa Monster, the Chameleon, the Phoenix, and the Piglet. Which, a part of me was kind of worried because last season, it really did feel like Group A was pretty much an undisputed, powerhouse that no one was ever going to meet. It had the Sun, which wound up winning, so I should tell you something right there. This season, though, Group B is no, it's not going to be another season where Group A completely takes over. We have powerhouses on our own. We're going to use them, and that's exactly what wound up happening. Because everyone last night was awesome. I mean, yeah, it was pretty obvious who was the weakest singer of them all, but I'll get to that momentarily. I mean, Black Swan sang Barracuda by heart. That was great. Grandpa Monster, which, for a character called Grandpa Monster, I've never seen anyone with more swag. Ever. Ever. How do I know this? He sang Mambo Number 5 by Lou Bega. Really? That's awesome. And not to mention between the grandpa monster and the pig, so much twerking. Anyway, let's see. The Chameleon was up next. Did Ride With Me by Nelly. That was awesome. The Phoenix did TikTok by Kesha. And the Piglet did Speechless by Dan Shay. And needless to say, someone had to lose, and it turns out it was the Phoenix. And it was really funny because Ken was torn between whether it was RuPaul or Caitlyn Jenner. And Jenny McCarthy was convinced it was Caitlyn Jenner. She wound up being right. That's why Jenny McCarthy Wahlberg is the queen, guys. What can you do? Anyway, after these first 2 weeks, I mean, I've only heard everyone perform at least once, and it's a little early to tell who is like the legit front runner so far. The only thing that makes it easier is week by week, someone's going to get eliminated. So it does make it simpler to narrow it down. But man, everyone is still on. I don't even know where to start. Everyone performed beautifully. And next week and the week after, we have the wild card rounds, which I wonder what's going to happen then. Anyway, in terms of how Niecy Nash was doing as the interim host, she was doing great. All the judges were great. I don't know what else to say other than giving away too much. So, with that being said, how can we get to the Mom Food Chronicles, shall we? So, for those of you who do not know, the traditional dinner to have on St. Patrick's Day is corned beef and cabbage. Now, for those of you who don't know what corned beef is, it's basically you take a piece of beef, usually a brisket, and you brine it in a solution for pretty much a week on end. And you pickle it with stuff. In a way, it's kind of like pickling. Actually, someone just could straight up call it pickling if you want to. But what the brine does is there's a lot of salt and sugar and, some spices. And because there's salt in the brine, it sort of like takes some of the interim moisture out of the meat and puts those flavors into the meat. And that's how, the brining works. With that being said, if you're a little kid, corned beef sounds like the least appetizing thing in the world. Because here's the thing. Chances are, if you grew up, you've probably had corn and beef at some point in your life. You probably had, corn. You know what? Here'd be a great example. You probably had like tacos with like a corn salsa. Beef tacos with a corn salsa. That'd be great, right? But you hear corned beef and you don't think that at all. You think like it's a piece of beef with bits of corn in it, even though I just described to you that's not what it is. Not to mention, when you're a little kid and like you find things that aren't as appetizing looking, and a brisket a brisket that has been brined is like because here's the thing, there's two muscles on a brisket. There's the flat and the point. The flat is the leaner end, the point is the fattier end. If you're a kid and the sort of like jiggling meat fat sort of grosses you out, then you're not going to like the point. I mean, I love the point now. In fact, that's the point. In fact, the point is the piece that my mom picked out too. Yeah, around this time, if you go to like the supermarkets and stuff, they have like prepackaged corned beef with the spices and everything. Here's the thing. It's kind of a crapshoot whether or not you get a flat or a point. I mean, last night I was lucky. We got the point. But you may not be lucky, but next time may not be as such. With that said, it was wonderful. I mean, I tried a little bit. I did kind of like it. to me, what really kind of grossed me out about when I was little was because at first glance, you would think it kind of looks like ham. Definitely a pink color to it. And, it's definitely salty, so there's definitely some similarities there. And, come to think of it, ham can also be, brined in preparation. In fact, really, ham is just prosciutto that's been smoked. Just like bacon is pancetta that's been smoked. And come to think of it, if you smoke corned beef, that's actually how you get pastrami. No kidding, that's how you get pastrami. You just get yourself a smoker and you smoke corned beef, and then boom, you get pastrami. For the record, I'm a huge foodie and I do research all the time on stuff like this. That's how I know. I mean, again, if I had the proper equipment, I would probably make cooking videos and such, but maybe someday. Wait until I get big and rich and famous. Someone pays you we'll give you the equipment, just do your thing, we'll even help you out. So if someone did that, yeah, I'll do it, sure. I need a camera crew is what I would need, you know what I mean? Anyway, so with that said, when you're a kid, you're not going to like corned beef and cabbage. As I'm an adult now, my tastes are a lot better. I'm more open to things. Yeah, I love this dish. And, it was corned beef and cabbage was cooked in the crock pot with some carrots and celery. There was mashed potatoes. There was, again, I said I made a toast and a Russian dressing because, corned beef, cabbage, which if you let it ferment, it becomes sauerkraut, and the Russian dressing, Reubens. A traditional Reuben has pumpernickel bread. My parents didn't have that, but it's a sandwich. It tastes great. I don't think anyone's going to care. So I don't know. Actually, it's either rye or pumpernickel is what a Reuben traditionally is. And my parents didn't have either one, but it was still really good. Plus, Russian dressing is insanely easy to make. It was the original secret sauce before secret sauce was secret sauce. You know what it takes to make Russian dressing? Mayonnaise, ketchup, relish. That's it. No bells, no whistles, no nothing. Mayo, ketchup, relish. That's it. If you really want to make a secret sauce, put some mustard in there. Or, make your own secret sauce and play around. Heck, I once made a secret sauce that consisted of hot sauce, horseradish, and Worcestershire. Almost like a cocktail sauce, if you will. So, really anything goes. With that said, dinner was wonderful. Again, I really wanted to see the spread I laid out for my mom when she got home, but my dad kind of convinced me otherwise, put everything away. Yeah, it's not really... it's a trivial thing, but man, it just looks so good. And yeah, I took photos of it, so you're going to be seeing those after I make this video. So, I don't know, yesterday was great. In fact, I dare say this was probably the best St. Patrick's Day I've had in recent memory. I'm not even kidding. I really, truly do think that in recent years, this has been the best St. Patrick's Day ever. You have to understand, though, the first time, I ever had corned beef and cabbage, right, I was 8 years old, and my mom made it completely out of the blue. So, you grow up thinking corned beef is going to be something nasty tasting and not the most appealing looking. Your mom just randomly makes it for you one day just because she can, and you just think you're in for a bad time. And it took some acquired tasting, some growing up to do, but now it's a meal that I look forward to every year. In fact, it really does make me sad that, for the most part, we only have it once a year. Yeah, I could always convince my mom to make it again, and heck, I can make it myself if I want to. But I don't know, is St. Patrick's Day over? The magic's kind of, gone, I guess. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. Maybe if I was really craving for it, I'll get myself a brisket or at least the prepackaged stuff and go to town with it. Until then, though, I'm just glad that what I wound up getting last night wound up yesterday making the best St. Patrick's Day in recent memory. And between that, the Masked Singer last night, I think that was a great way to kick off the latter half of the week. So, here's to hoping that this latter half is just as good. Like, favorite, share, the subscribe button, follow me on social platforms, turn notifications on YouTube. I'm very humble to make this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. Hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. And remember, if you guys want to talk to channel, I was going to be here to let you know. So I'll be back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.